If I don't get my first walk in by 6, the rest of my day usually won't go right, especially on extremely hot days where that one chance is all I get. I typically leave out my house between 4 and 4:30, and I have 5 different routes I cycle through so that I don't see the same things every day. This has been a part of my routine for years, and I've only had 2 near situations, so to speak. One was a big wandering dog that got too close for my comfort, and the other was an overzealous paper delivery guy. He pulled his car over next to me so suddenly, I just knew we were about to make the news. Even with those things considered, I never worry about being in danger. My neighborhood is extremely safe, though I still carry a gun whenever I leave my home. And each morning I see several police cars hiding and waiting to catch the rush hour speeders. I'm always more concerned about unexpected rain than I am being attacked. However, one particular morning, none of those safety measures would have helped me one bit. I could have easily lost my life in a flash. And to this day, I really don't understand how things turned out the way they did. My morning began how it typically does. I got dressed, grabbed a banana, and went out to hit the pavement. I was walking a route I had traveled countless times. It was about a 40-minute hike through a business district, and then one of the roads looped around and headed back toward my house alongside a creek. Just before the halfway mark, there's a fork in the trail, though both ways ultimately lead to the same place. One's just a high road up to the bridge over the creek, and the other leads directly to the water. From there, I would step across the stone sticking up from the stream to continue, and I usually decide which way to go as I approach the split. But that morning, something else made my choice for me. I was maybe 100 yards from the fork when I heard a faint voice call out behind me, but when I spun around, I didn't see anyone. As I kept walking, I continued to look over my shoulder. The last time I did, I spotted a man jogging up from behind. He was still a good distance away, but he was coming up fast, and he was big as a tank. When he got closer, I stepped aside to let him pass me. Part of that was common decency, but I also don't like anyone in my blind spots. As he ran by, we exchanged head nods, and then he told me to stay to the right as he kept going. I assumed he referred to the road split ahead. Likewise, that's the direction I watched him take, but I had no intent to follow. He could have been luring me into an unpleasant experience for at least one of us, and therefore I was headed up toward the bridge. But as soon as I started to the left, I felt like I had to relieve myself, and it didn't begin gradually. It suddenly felt like I'd already been holding it too long. So I changed my mind and headed for the creek instead. I would definitely be shielded away from the road more over on that side, and if there was any trouble waiting on me, it would have been an even exchange. Yet I didn't see anyone or anything. I walked up to the water and executed my plan, and as soon as I finished, a tremendously loud crashing sound echoed throughout the area. I could feel the booming vibrations and they scared the hell out of me. I had no clue what caused it, but a split second later, about 50 birds came zipping by over my head. I figured they were getting to safer grounds, and I reckoned I should too. I picked up my pace considerably. I was about 15 minutes from home when I began hearing the first sirens. I cleaned out the litter box, showered, and then started going over my work for the day. Before long, I was taking my first break. I needed a coworker's help with something, but she didn't handle business off the clock ever, so I still had some time before our phone call. I left my office and cut on the TV in my den. Then I headed to the kitchen to make breakfast. Before I could get started, I heard the breaking news jingle cut through the commercial, and then a woman's voice saying that she was reporting live from the creek. I rushed back to find out what had taken place during my walk. What I saw was nothing short of catastrophic. The bridge had collapsed, crushing the trees, benches, and whatever else that lied underneath. Thankfully, there were no casualties reported, but that section of the park would be closed off for months. And suddenly I wasn't all that hungry. I couldn't shake the thought that I had just escaped death. Without a doubt, I would have been on that bridge if nature didn't call it the perfect moment. Then I thought about the jogger, the one who had warned me in the first place. But how did he know? And who was he? And why can't I remember his face?